bustling Madrid. As dawn breaks over Madrid, Spain's vibrant capital city, the initial whispers of life begin to stir, hinting at the bustling energy that will soon fill the streets. The cool, crisp air of the morning is filled with the soft murmurs of the city as it awakens from its slumber, ready to embrace the new day. Even before the first light of the sun touches the city's skyline, you can hear the distant rattle of trains as they start their day, promising connections, possibilities, and stories yet to unfold. This rhythm of the rail is Madrid's heartbeat, setting the pace for the day ahead. In the quiet residential neighborhoods, the day begins early, marked by the clatter of shutters being rolled up and the soft aroma of freshly brewed coffee wafting from the local cafeterias. The bakery doors open, and the comforting scent of freshly baked bread fills the air. The city's residents, known as madrileños, step out to pick up their morning pan, greeting each other and their local vendors in warm, familiar tones. As the morning progresses, the city's energy escalates. The streets of Madrid start to hum with the steady flow of traffic. Buses, trams, and cars fill the roads, while cyclists and pedestrians take to the lanes and footpaths. Amid this urban orchestra, the city's iconic landmarks, such as the Grand Puerta del Sol and the imposing Palacio Real, stand as silent spectators, their historical grandeur a stark contrast to the contemporary hustle and bustle. In the city's parks, like the Parque del Retiro, morning joggers breathe in the cool air, their footsteps creating soft rhythms on the gravel paths. Birds start their morning song, while the park's beautiful fountains glisten in the morning light. The tranquility of these green oases provides a delightful counterpoint to the city's bustling pace. As the cityscape comes alive under the bright morning sky, it is a tapestry of old and new, tradition and innovation, calm and chaos. This is Madrid, an awakening capital with a unique rhythm of life. With every sunrise, it offers a new beginning, a fresh page, and countless possibilities. For the keen observer, Madrid's mornings are not merely the start of a new day. They are the unfolding of a new story, an invitation to be a part of the city's pulsating energy and soul. This is the spirit of Madrid, vibrant, warm, and eternally alive. As the day unfolded, the heart of Madrid revealed its rich historical tapestry in the stone of its buildings, the paths of its streets, the colors of its landmarks. Each one told a tale, and together they were the story of Madrid. At the center stood the Puerta del Sol, or the Gate of the Sun, a square that has witnessed the city's transformation over centuries. In the middle of this bustling hub, the statue of the El Oso y el Madrono, the bear and the strawberry tree, stood tall. The beloved symbol of Madrid, it represented the city's growth and spirit. The bear, strong and resolute, reaching for the sweet fruits of the tree, a perfect mirror for Madrid's own journey. A short walk away, the imposing edifice of the royal palace unfolded its grandeur. Once the residence of the Spanish kings, the palace was a testament to Madrid's regal past. Its Baroque architecture, with meticulous stone carvings and majestic archways, silently narrated tales of grand balls, political discourses, and royal decisions that shaped the country's history. Further east, the Prado Museum, one of the world's greatest art galleries, held the artistic treasures of Madrid. From the dark passion of Goya to the dreamy world of El Greco, each piece of art was a window into Spain's cultural evolution, a piece of history captured in oil and canvas. Then there was the Gran Via, Madrid's pulsating artery. A boulevard of grand theaters, fashionable boutiques, and chic restaurants, Gran Via told a more modern history. It was here that Madrid grew into a cosmopolitan city, its people embracing change while honoring tradition. Each building, with its unique architectural style, spoke of an era: Art Deco, Neo-Mudejar, and Modernism, frozen in stone and mortar. In the heart of the city was the Plaza Mayor, a grand rectangular square lined with picturesque three-story residential buildings. The square held stories of Madrid's community spirit, tales of markets, bullfights, royal ceremonies, and even public executions from the darker times. Today it was a lively gathering place, echoing with the laughter of children and the soft strumming of street musicians. Not too far away, the Almudena Cathedral stood as a symbol of Madrid's resilience. Over a century in the making, the cathedral, with its blend of architectural styles, embodied Madrid's ability to adapt and evolve. As the sun started its descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and red, the Cibeles fountain came to life under the golden twilight. The goddess Cybele, the symbol of earth, agriculture, and fertility, sat on her chariot, pulled by two majestic lions. She stood as a silent guardian, a testament to Madrid's endurance and prosperity. Madrid, a city built on history and dreams, was not just about its past. It was a city that learned from its history, embraced its present, and looked forward to its future. Each landmark, each stone, each path held a story, a tale of struggle, triumph, resilience, and above all, a tale of a city that never stopped bustling. When the sun dipped below the horizon and the hues of twilight enveloped the cityscape, another Madrid woke from its daytime slumber, a Madrid of shimmering lights, soulful flamenco, and delicious tapas. The first hint of Madrid's nocturnal spirit was in the subtle change of pace. As daylight softly transitioned to dusk, the city's rhythm shifted. The rapid tempo of the day gradually mellowed into a languid yet spirited beat of the evening. Offices and stores dimmed their lights, and in their place, cafes and bars began to illuminate the narrow cobblestone streets. Nightlife in Madrid, famously known as La Marcha, was an experience unlike any other. An energetic blend of culture, music, and gastronomy, it was the lifeblood that pulled Madrileños into the moonlit streets, filling the air with chatter and laughter. The heart of this vibrant scene were the tapas bars scattered across the city, each with a unique personality. From the rustic taverns in La Latina to the modern gastrobars in Salamanca, the tapestry of Madrid's night was as diverse as the tapas served. Olives, jamon iberico, patatas bravas, and countless other small plates filled the tables, each a delicious bite-sized narrative of Spain's culinary tradition. In Madrid, food was more than sustenance. It was a form of bonding, a medium of expression. Amidst the clink of glasses and the hum of conversation, strangers became friends, exchanging stories over shared plates. The language of food, coupled with the easy Spanish camaraderie, blurred the lines between locals and visitors. But Madrid's night had another rhythm, a rhythm that echoed in the stamp of heels and the strum of guitars, the rhythm of flamenco. In tablaos dotted around the city, flamenco dancers, or bailors, took to the stage. Their movements, a complex mix of grace and power, told stories of love, sorrow, and joy. Accompanied by the hauntingly beautiful canti, the flamenco song, and the rhythmic strumming of the flamenco guitar, it was a performance that tugged at the heartstrings, leaving the audience spellbound. And as the night deepened, the city showed no signs of slowing down. From the jazz clubs in Huertas to the discotecas of Gran Via, music pulsed through the veins of Madrid, each beat a testament to the city's unwavering zest. By the time the first streaks of dawn painted the night sky, the city began to wind down, the nocturnal ballet coming to a close. But even in its quietest hour, Madrid pulsed with life, the echoes of the night merging with the whispers of the dawn. As the city drifted into sleep, it dreamt of the day ahead, ready to continue the dance of life in the bustling heart of Spain. Chapter 2. Flamboyant Barcelona. As the sun cast its morning glow over Barcelona, the city awoke, not with the abruptness of an alarm clock, but with the gentle stirring of a sleeping giant. In the heart of this vibrant metropolis lay the Gothic Quarter, or Barri Gothic, a place where every winding street and narrow alleyway whispered tales from a distant past. The Gothic Quarter was the beating heart of old Barcelona, its veins formed by labyrinthine alleys filled with secrets and mysteries. As the city yawned awake, it was here that the first signs of life began to stir. Shuttered windows opened to reveal homes tucked within ancient stone buildings, and quiet coffee shops welcomed the early risers seeking the comfort of a warm café con leche. The Barri Gothic was a living, breathing museum. Its grand Gothic architecture, characterized by tall, imposing structures, arched doorways, and intricate stone carvings, told a story of a time when Barcelona was a major Mediterranean powerhouse. Each brick, each cobblestone seemed to hold a memory, narrating tales of medieval prosperity, Roman origins, and a rich Catalan culture that thrived within these ancient walls. In the heart of the district, the magnificent Barcelona Cathedral rose against the skyline, its spires reaching towards the clear blue heavens. The intricate facade of the cathedral was a marvel of Gothic architecture, its high arches and detailed stone carvings a testament to the skill of the artisans of the past. Inside, the hushed silence was a sharp contrast to the hustle and bustle of the streets outside, creating an atmosphere of tranquility and reverence. Not far from the cathedral, the Plaza del Rey offered a glimpse into Barcelona's royal past. Enclosed by medieval structures, this historic square was believed to be the site where Ferdinand and Isabella welcomed Columbus after his voyage to the New World. Today, it served as a quiet retreat, where one could sit and let the history of the place seep into their thoughts. As one moved deeper into the labyrinth of the Barri Gothic, they could discover lesser-known treasures like the Plaza Sant Felip Neri, a hauntingly beautiful square marked by the scars of the Spanish Civil War. Despite the tragic past, the square now emanated a sense of peace and resilience, a symbol of the city's ability to heal and grow. Wandering through the Gothic Quarter was like being transported back in time. Every turn revealed a new surprise, an ancient Roman wall here, a secluded courtyard there, a tiny family-run tapas bar tucked away in an unexpected corner. Here, history lived side by side with the present, seamlessly integrated into the daily life of the city. As the day unfolded, the Gothic Quarter came alive with locals and tourists alike, each exploring its secrets and falling under its timeless charm. Every stone, every building, every street in the district echoed the same sentiment. To know Barcelona, one must first uncover the stories within the heart of its magnificent Gothic Quarter. The afternoon sun hung high above Barcelona, casting a golden glow over the city. It was now time to explore a different facet of Barcelona's personality, shaped by the extraordinary vision of one man, Antoni Gaudí, the city's most famous son and the master of Catalan modernism. Gaudí's works were more than just structures of stone, glass, and iron. They were visual symphonies that danced between reality and fantasy, capturing the essence of nature in their design. His creations felt like living entities, their organic forms merging seamlessly with the surrounding environment. The journey through Gaudi's Barcelona started at the Parc Güell, a public park system composed of gardens and architectonic elements perched on Carmel Hill. As visitors stepped through the park's gates, they were greeted by vibrant mosaics, undulating benches, and the famous dragon fountain, each element singing a tribute to Gaudi's love for color and organic shapes. Next was Casa Batlló, a building that looked as though it had sprung from a dream. With its facade of colorful mosaic tiles and bone-like pillars, the house seemed to be alive, its every curve and color a representation of marine life. Inside, the rooms flowed into each other like water, the absence of straight lines mimicking the natural world. Just a short stroll away, Casa Mila, also known as La Pedrera, towered above Passeig de Gràcia. Its unconventional rough-hewn appearance gave it the look of an open quarry, hence the nickname. Here, Gaudí paid tribute to the rolling waves of the sea, the building's stone facade rippling with an almost hypnotic rhythm. But Gaudí's crowning glory, the one that encapsulated his vision like no other, was the Basilica de la Sagrada Familia. This majestic church was an architectural wonder, its towers reaching towards the heavens like a stone forest. Up close, the intricate carvings on its facade told stories from the Bible, the level of detail a testament to Gaudí's relentless dedication. Inside, columns branched out towards the ceiling like trees, their tops bathing in the ethereal light filtered through the stained glass windows. Despite being under construction for over a century, the Sagrada Familia held an eternal allure. Its incomplete state somehow added to its charm, the basilica standing as a testament to Gaudí's quote, "My client is not in a hurry." As the day gradually transformed into dusk, the lights of Barcelona began to play on Gaudí's creations, making them shimmer and glow, their magnificence magnified in the golden twilight. Each structure was a page in the story of Antoni Gaudí, an architectural poet who spoke the language of nature and fantasy. His masterpieces stood as vivid reminders of his brilliance, making Barcelona not just a city, but a grand, vibrant canvas of artistic and architectural wonder. As the final rays of the sun danced on the Mediterranean, Barcelona transitioned into its coastal charm. Leaving behind the artistic expressions of Gaudí and the ancient whispers of the Gothic Quarter, it was time to explore the city's beloved beaches, an integral thread in the fabric of Barcelona's lifestyle. The coastline of Barcelona was a long, serene stretch of golden sand kissed by the gentle turquoise waves of the Mediterranean Sea. But it was not the serene vistas alone that made the beaches a destination. They were lively social hubs, buzzing with an energy as palpable as the rhythm of the crashing waves. Barceloneta Beach was the most famous of them all. Once a fisherman's quarter, Barceloneta had transformed into a vibrant beachfront, lined with cafes, seafood restaurants, and ice cream stalls. Visitors and locals alike strolled along the sandy shores, some lounging under colorful umbrellas, others playing beach volleyball or simply cooling off in the inviting Mediterranean waters. The long palm-fringed promenade was a hotspot for rollerbladers, cyclists, and casual walkers enjoying the sea breeze. But Barcelona's beaches were not all about action and energy. Further north, Nova Icaria Beach offered a quieter atmosphere, a sanctuary for those who wished to relax and unwind. Here, families and friends gathered for picnics, the sound of laughter mingling with the distant hum of the city. Bocatel Beach, a little further along the coast, was a testament to Barcelona's commitment to maintaining its beachfront. Reclaimed from an old industrial area, it was now a charming spot that was quieter than Barceloneta, but livelier than Nova Icaria. It was a favorite amongst locals, a place where one could join in a game of beach soccer or just lay back and enjoy the pleasant Spanish sun. As the evening settled in, the beaches of Barcelona took on a different hue. The beachside bars, or chiringuitos, came alive, the air filling with the tempting aroma of grilling seafood and the soulful tunes of Spanish music. Laughter and cheer filled the air as the beachgoers shared stories over tapas and cocktails, the setting sun painting the sky in brilliant shades of red and orange. As darkness descended, the silhouettes of sailboats bobbing in the distant waters, the faint city lights, and the soft lull of the Mediterranean Sea created a mesmerizing spectacle. The city's troubles seemed to ebb away with the receding waves, leaving behind a sense of calm and contentment. The beaches of Barcelona were more than just stretches of sand. They were the city's playgrounds, its sanctuaries, its social hubs. They embodied the spirit of Barcelona, lively, warm, welcoming, and, above all, beautiful. Chapter 3. The Spirit of Seville. The day began with the first rays of sunlight filtering through the intricate lacework of wrought iron balconies in Seville. The city, often referred to as the frying pan of Europe, came to life slowly, taking its time to bask in the Andalusian sun. As the city stirred awake, it was time to explore its historical heart, a fascinating blend of Roman, Moorish, and Spanish histories. Wandering through the narrow cobblestone lanes of Barrio Santa Cruz, Seville's old Jewish quarter was like stepping back in time. The district was a labyrinth of winding streets, each one a silent storyteller of times gone by. Whitewashed houses with vibrant window boxes stood shoulder to shoulder, their walls a canvas of history. Here, each turn led to a picturesque patio or a charming plaza, where locals indulged in their morning café con leche under the shade of orange trees. Dominating the Seville skyline was the grand cathedral of St. Mary of the Sea, better known as Seville Cathedral. It was a monument to the city's faith and its prosperous past, its Gothic spires reaching high into the cerulean sky. Inside, the awe-inspiring space housed precious art and religious relics, but the real jewel was the Giralda, a minaret-turned bell tower, its upper sections offering stunning views of the cityscape. Just a short stroll away, the real Alcazar beckoned. This royal palace was an architectural poem of Mudejar craftsmanship, its walls echoing tales of sultans and kings. As one walked through its magnificent halls and serene courtyards, the intricate tile work and carved plasterwork left visitors spellbound. The Alcazar's gardens, a symphony of green laced with the sound of trickling water, offered a tranquil retreat from the city's hustle and bustle. Then there was the Metropole Parasol, a stunning example of modern architecture standing amidst the historical cityscape. Locally known as Las Setas, it offered a 360-degree view of Seville, its mushroom-like structures adding a touch of contemporary charm to the historic city. As the afternoon shadows lengthened, one could visit the Plaza de España, a remarkable square that showcased the Renaissance and Moorish influences in its design. The sweeping, half-circular building, the bridges representing Spain's ancient kingdoms, and the beautiful tiled alcoves painted a picture of Spain's diverse history and culture. By evening, the city began to cool down, and locals started to fill the city's many tapas bars. These were the places where the past met the present, where tales of the city's rich history were told and retold over glasses of Tinto de Verano and plates of Jamin Iberico. The spirit of Seville was a blend of past and present, living harmoniously side by side. As one moved through the city's historic heart, the vibrant culture, the lingering echoes of the past, and the warmth of its people became apparent, capturing the essence of the city in a way that no history book could ever convey. As the day drifted into the mellow warmth of the afternoon, a soft fragrance wafted through the air. It was the scent of Seville's most beloved symbol, the orange blossom, or azahar. The city was home to over 40,000 bitter orange trees, their verdant canopies adding a splash of color to the cityscape. But it was during the spring that these trees truly revealed their magic, transforming the city into a fragrant paradise. As you strolled down the streets, the city seemed to be awash with the ethereal scent of orange blossoms. It was a scent that could not be mistaken, sweet yet slightly tangy, invigorating yet calming, like a soft lullaby whispered by the trees. It was not just a fragrance, it was an essential part of Seville's soul, a sensory experience that connected you to the city and its people. Strolling through the streets, you could see the dainty white flowers peeking out from the glossy green leaves, their petals catching the sunlight and glimmering like tiny stars. Every so often, a gentle breeze would stir the branches, causing a shower of petals to rain down, blanketing the cobblestones with a carpet of white. The orange blossom season was not just about the trees, it was about the stories they told. Many a local could recount childhood memories of playing under these trees, the air heavy with the scent of azahar. Others might tell you tales of romantic proposals made under the blooming canopy or of family picnics enjoyed amidst the fragrant groves. While the city was a delight to explore on foot during the season, nothing quite matched the experience of a carriage ride through Maria Luisa Park. The clip-clop of horse hooves, the rustle of the wind through the orange groves, and the intoxicating perfume of the blossoms combined to create a magical experience. As evening descended, the fragrance seemed to grow stronger, mingling with the smells of the local cuisine from nearby tapas bars. As the city streets lit up, the orange trees added a different charm to the city, the soft light reflecting off the glossy leaves and petals, creating a spectacle that was uniquely Seville. The orange blossom season in Seville was more than just a natural spectacle. It was a celebration of the city's identity. The sweet fragrance of the blossoms was not just a sensory delight, it was an expression of Seville's spirit, vibrant, romantic, and unforgettable. As the fragrance of orange blossoms continued to perfume the city, another tradition began to stir the soul of Seville, the Feria de Abril, or April Fair. Held 2 weeks after Easter, this week-long festival painted the city in vibrant colors and infectious energy, turning it into a dazzling spectacle of joy and celebration. As you ventured towards the fairground, or Recinto Ferial, the city's excitement was palpable. The fairground, located in the Los Remedios district, was transformed into a small city of its own. More than 1,000 striped tents, or casetas, lined the streets, each one illuminated by colorful paper lanterns known as farolillos. These private tents, set up by families, associations, or clubs, buzzed with activity. There was laughter, music, dance, and an overall sense of joy that was deeply infectious. Upon entering a caseta, you were greeted by a lively scene. Women dressed in vibrant flamenco dresses clapped their hands and swayed to the rhythm of lively Sevillanas music. Men, dressed in their traditional suits, engaged in friendly chatter, their faces reflecting the glow of the lanterns. Everywhere you looked, there were people relishing tapas and sipping on rebujito, a refreshing cocktail of sherry and soda. Outside, the streets were filled with horse-drawn carriages carrying elegantly dressed Sevillanos. Men rode on horseback, displaying their skills, while women rode side-saddle, their bright flamenco dresses adding to the colorful parade. The sound of hooves on the cobblestone street, combined with the cheerful chatter and laughter, created a rhythm that was the heartbeat of the feria. But the feria was not just about flamenco and food. The festival also hosted a traditional bullfighting event, which drew imitators from across Spain. The dramatic showdown between man and bull, set against the cheers and gasps of the audience, added an element of thrill to the festivities. As the day turned into night, the fairground burst into a different kind of life. The lanterns seemed to glow brighter, and the music grew louder. The dancing continued well into the night, the Sevillanos swaying to the rhythm of guitars, their faces radiant with joy and merriment. The Feria de Abril was the heart of Seville's social calendar, a time when the city truly came alive. It was a celebration of life, culture, and community, a time when the spirit of Seville danced in every street, every caseta, and every heart. As the music faded and the lights dimmed, you couldn't help but feel a part of Seville, its history, its traditions, and its vibrant spirit. Chapter 4. Valencia, City of Arts and Sciences. With the break of dawn, Valencia, the third largest city in Spain, came alive in a flurry of sounds and colors. Known for its futuristic city of arts and sciences, the city held a contrasting charm in its old town, El Carmen. This part of the city was a remarkable blend of history and modernity, where narrow cobbled streets opened up into vibrant squares and ancient buildings coexisted harmoniously with contemporary art graffiti. One of the striking features of Valencia's old town was its gate, Torres de Serranos. Once a defensive bastion and a symbol of the city's power, the twin-towered gate now offered an incredible vantage point to view the cityscape. The view from the top, with the old town on one side and the Turia Gardens on the other, was a delightful juxtaposition of Valencia's past and present. Wandering down the labyrinthine streets, you encountered impressive architectural gems that stood as silent witnesses to the city's rich past. The Valencia Cathedral, a beautiful blend of Romanesque, Gothic, and Baroque styles, commanded attention. Its megalithic tower, an iconic symbol of the city, offered an unparalleled panorama of Valencia after a challenging climb. A stone's throw away was the Basilica of the Virgin, with its stunning frescoes and vaulted ceiling. Nearby, the Almoina Archaeological Center provided a glimpse into the Roman foundations of the city, with remains of ancient baths, roads, and houses. Valencia's old town was not just about history. It was also a thriving hub of culture and creativity. Streets were lined with art galleries, boutiques, and traditional horchaterias where one could try horchata, a refreshing local drink. The neighborhood of El Carmen was famous for its street art. Every corner turned revealed a mural that added a splash of color and creativity to the cityscape, showcasing Valencia's vibrant art scene. No exploration of the old town could be complete without a visit to the Central Market. Housed in an impressive modernist building, the market was a gastronomic paradise. It buzzed with life as vendors displayed an array of fresh produce, from vibrant fruits and vegetables to an assortment of cheeses, olives, and local delicacies. As the sun started to set, the old town took on a new life. The squares, including the bustling Plaza de la Virgin and the vibrant Plaza de la Reina, filled with locals and visitors alike. People gathered at open-air cafes, indulging in the city's culinary delights, from the world-renowned paella to the delicious fartons. The sound of laughter and the clinking of glasses under the gentle glow of the setting sun created a perfect end to a day of exploration. Walking through Valencia's old town was like taking a step back in time, with a twist of modernity. It was an exploration of the city's soul, an appreciation of its history, and an acknowledgement of its dynamic spirit. The charm of the old town lay not just in its historical treasures, but also in its vibrant streets its artistic culture, and the warmth of its people. Emerging from the historic charm of Valencia's old town, the city of arts and sciences presents an entirely different face of Valencia. The dazzling white complex, located at the end of the former reverbed of the River Turia, is a vision of the future, a testament to Valencia's commitment to art, culture, and science. As you approached the complex, the first structure to catch your eye was the hemispheric. Designed to resemble a giant eye, this striking building housed an IMAX cinema, planetarium, and lyceum. Inside, you could explore the mysteries of the universe, journey through the human body, or dive deep into the ocean, all through immersive audio-visual presentations. The reflection of the hemispheric in the surrounding turquoise waters created an illusion of a complete eye, a sight that was breathtaking in its beauty and symbolism. Next to the hemispheric stood the Musée de les Sciences Principe Philippe. This interactive museum, shaped like a whale skeleton, was a celebration of science. Inside, you could engage in hands-on exhibits, covering a wide range of topics from genetics to climate change. The philosophy of the museum, forbidden not to touch, not to feel, not to think, encouraged visitors to interact, experiment, and learn. The complex was also home to the largest aquarium in Europe, the Oceanographic. Shaped like a water lily, it hosted a variety of marine habitats from around the world, allowing visitors to encounter dolphins, sharks, penguins, and many other species. Walking through the underwater tunnels, surrounded by the vibrant marine life, was an experience that transported you to a different world. One of the most stunning structures was the Palau de les Arts Reina Sofia, a masterpiece of modern architecture that looked like a spaceship or a giant helmet, depending on one's perspective. As Valencia's premier opera house, it hosted a variety of performances, from classical opera to contemporary dance. The final building in the complex, the Agora, was a versatile space used for concerts, exhibitions, and various cultural events. Its impressive metallic structure could be seen sparkling in the sunlight from afar. As the evening set in, the City of Arts and Sciences transformed into a mesmerizing spectacle of lights. The complex, illuminated against the night sky, reflected beautifully in the surrounding waters, creating a vision straight out of a science fiction movie. The City of Arts and Sciences was not just an architectural marvel, but a symbol of Valencia's progress and innovation. It was a place where art, science, and technology came together to inspire and educate, a testament to human creativity and the spirit of exploration. As you left the complex, bathed in the soft glow of the Valencia night, you carried with you the sights and experiences of a journey that spanned history and ventured into the future. Leaving behind the futuristic cityscape of Valencia, you found yourself venturing into the tranquil surroundings of the Valencian community. A rich tapestry of diverse landscapes, from fertile orchards and rice fields to mountainous ranges and serene beaches, the region offered an intimate look into the traditional lifestyle and natural beauty of Valencia. Your journey started in the Albufera Natural Park, located just south of Valencia City. This vast lagoon, surrounded by rice fields and wetlands, was a haven for birdwatchers, with hundreds of species calling it home. A boat ride on the serene waters of the lagoon provided a sense of tranquility, with only the sounds of birdsong and the gentle rustle of reeds to accompany you. You also learned about the traditional art of rice cultivation, which gave birth to the world-famous Paella Valenciana. Next, you headed towards the inland regions, home to sprawling citrus orchards. The sight of these endless groves, heavy with oranges and lemons, was striking. You even got to experience the traditional method of fruit picking. and the sweet, tangy taste of freshly plucked Valencia oranges was an experience that you'd not soon forget. Venturing further, you reached the rugged landscape of the Sierra Calderona Natural Park. The park, with its rich flora and fauna, offered a variety of hiking trails. From the top, the view of the Mediterranean Sea, contrasted with the greenery of the region, was a sight to behold. The Valencian community was also known for its charming villages. Nestled amidst the mountains, the picturesque village of Guadalest, with its cobblestone streets and whitewashed houses, seemed frozen in time. Its hilltop castle offered a panoramic view of the turquoise reservoir below, creating a postcard-perfect image. Finally, you arrived at the coastal region, known for its beautiful beaches and bustling fish markets. The sight of the locals engaged in their daily tasks, repairing nets or auctioning the day's catch, provided an insight into the region's fishing culture. A visit to the traditional fish market was an assault on the senses, filled with the sounds of spirited bargaining, the sight of a variety of seafood, and the salty tang of the sea. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, you found yourself on a quiet beach, the waves gently lapping at your feet. You were reminded of the diversity of the Valencian community, its contrasting landscapes, and its rich traditions. Exploring the Valencian community was a journey of discovery. It was about understanding the traditional lifestyle, appreciating the natural beauty, and immersing oneself in the simple pleasures of life. As you returned to Valencia City, the images of the serene lagoon, the lush orchards, the rugged mountains, and the tranquil beach lingered in your memory, each telling a story of the region's charm and its people's way of life. Chapter 5. The Pilgrimage of Santiago de Compostela. As you stood at the foot of the majestic Pyrenees, you felt a sense of anticipation. Ahead of you lay the Camino de Santiago, a network of ancient pilgrimage routes stretching across Spain and beyond, all leading to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela in Galicia. This journey was not just a physical one, it was a spiritual quest, a journey into the past, rich with history, culture, and personal introspection. The origins of the Camino de Santiago, also known as the Way of St. James, traced back to the 9th century. According to legend, it was here in Galicia that the remains of the apostle St. James were discovered. The story tells of a shepherd who saw a star leading him to a field where he found the forgotten tomb of the apostle. Thus, Santiago de Compostela became a significant pilgrimage site, rivaling Jerusalem and Rome in the medieval world. For over 1,000 years, millions of pilgrims, known as peregrinos, have undertaken this journey, each with their own purpose, seeking spiritual enlightenment, doing penance, or simply embarking on an adventure. The scallop shell, commonly found on the Galician shores, became a symbol of this pilgrimage, with its lines representing the various routes pilgrims traveled from, all converging at a single point, Santiago de Compostela. As you began your journey on the Camino Frances, the most popular route, you could feel the centuries of history beneath your feet. The path took you through ancient towns like Pamplona, known for its bull running festival, and Burgos, with its awe-inspiring Gothic cathedral. You wandered through lush vineyards, vast wheat fields, and serene woodlands, landscapes that had witnessed countless pilgrims over the centuries. At the heart of this pilgrimage was a sense of camaraderie and unity. Pilgrims from all walks of life came together, sharing meals and stories at the many albergues along the way. You found an unspoken bond with your fellow travelers, all treading the same path, each carrying their own burden, their own hopes, and their own stories. As days turned into weeks, you realized that the Camino was more than just a pilgrimage. It was a journey of self-discovery and transformation. The physical challenges, the quiet moments of solitude, the sharing of experiences, and the kindness of strangers along the way all work together to deepen your understanding of yourself and the world around you. The historical significance of the Camino de Santiago lay not just in its ancient origins or religious importance. It was also in the shared human experience it offered, the stories it nurtured, and the connections it forged. As you walked the path of the Apostle, you were not only a part of history, you were also creating your own, adding your footsteps to the countless others on the sands of time. Dawn broke as you rose from your bunk in the modest but cozy albergue. The air was crisp, still holding on to the coolness of the night. Around you, other pilgrims were stirring, their movements hushed in the shared understanding of the early start to the day. After a quick breakfast, you were ready. As you stepped outside, the first light of the day was just touching the ancient cobblestone path, and another day on the Camino de Santiago began. The initial coolness of the morning gave way to warmth as you walked. The rhythm of your steps became a meditative chant, syncopated with the rustle of leaves in the gentle morning breeze. Around you, the Spanish countryside was slowly waking up, the air filled with the sweet aroma of wildflowers and fresh dew. The waymarks, yellow arrows, and scallop shells guided you along the route, reassuring signs that you were on the right path. Fellow pilgrims walked alongside you. Some were quiet, lost in their thoughts. Others shared their stories or their reasons for walking the Camino. Despite your different backgrounds, you were bound together by the shared experience of the journey. By midday you reached a small village. The local cafe was bustling with pilgrims, enjoying a rest and hearty local food. The camaraderie around the communal tables was palpable. Stories, advice, and laughter were shared, and friendships were formed. In these moments, you realized that the journey was as much about these connections as it was about the physical destination. After the meal, you continued your walk. The afternoon sun cast long shadows across the path, and the landscape seemed to hum with life. Despite the fatigue setting into your muscles, you felt a sense of peace and purpose. You were a part of something larger than yourself, a centuries-old tradition, a shared human experience. The day ended at another albergue. The simple acts of showering, tending to your feet, and unrolling your sleeping bag became cherished routines. As you shared a simple dinner with other pilgrims, you reflected on the day's journey. The paths you traversed, the sights you saw, the people you met, and the thoughts you pondered all became a part of your Camino story. As night fell, and with it, a profound silence, you found a moment to yourself. Looking at the scallop shell, the symbol of your pilgrimage, you thought about your journey, not just the physical distance you covered, but the inner journey as well. The Camino was teaching you resilience, humility, and the joy of shared experiences. Finally, as you lay down to sleep, you felt a sense of anticipation for the next day's journey, for new experiences and new insights. Another day on the way of St. James awaited, ready to take you further on your path towards Santiago de Compostela. Each step was a story, each day a chapter, and you were the author of this unique journey. After weeks of journeying through diverse landscapes and towns, meeting fellow pilgrims, and embracing the challenges and rewards of the Camino, the sight of Santiago de Compostela's spires appearing in the distance stirred a torrent of emotions within you. The end of your pilgrimage was in sight. As you stepped into the city's ancient streets, you felt a sense of awe. The narrow, winding cobblestone paths led you through arches and past stone buildings adorned with scallop shells, the symbol of the Camino. each corner and square was filled with the echoes of countless pilgrims who had arrived here before you, their footsteps still resonating in the city's spirit. The culmination of your journey was the Santiago de Compostela Cathedral, a majestic blend of Romanesque, Gothic, and Baroque architectural styles. Standing in the grand Plaza del Obradoiro, looking up at the cathedral's intricate facade, you could hardly contain the wave of accomplishment that washed over you. This was the end goal of your pilgrimage, the final destination of all the paths of the Camino de Santiago. Stepping inside, the cool, hushed interior of the cathedral welcomed you. The Pilgrim's Mass was a moving experience, with the cathedral's grand organ filling the immense space with powerful music. The swinging of the Botafumeiro, the cathedral's giant incense burner, was an unforgettable sight, marking the end of your journey. But Santiago de Compostela had more to offer. After obtaining your Compostela, the certificate of completion of the pilgrimage, you wandered through the city streets. The bustling Mercado de Abastos, the city's vibrant market, offered a kaleidoscope of colors and scents, from fresh seafood to fruits, cheeses, and pastries. You also discovered the city's rich history, from the University of Santiago de Compostela, one of the oldest universities in Spain, to the numerous museums and galleries. Each stone, each building, each street seemed to tell a story, a narrative woven together with the threads of faith, history, and culture. As you walked the streets of Santiago de Compostela, sharing in the joy and relief of other pilgrims, you realized that while your physical journey had come to an end, the spiritual and personal journey continued. The Camino had changed you in subtle ways, imparting lessons of resilience, humility, friendship, and self-discovery. As the sun set on the city, casting a warm golden glow on the cathedral's spires, you knew that the memories of your pilgrimage, the people you met, the challenges you overcame, and the beauty you witnessed would stay with you long after you left Santiago de Compostela. The Camino de Santiago wasn't just a path you walked, it was an experience that walked with you, within you, a journey that was now a part of your story. Chapter 6. Granada and the Alhambra. As you stepped into the enchanting city of Granada, nestled at the foot of the Sierra Nevada mountains, you couldn't help but feel transported into another era. The city's rich Moorish history was evident in every corner, every street, and every structure, creating a unique blend of cultures that was distinctively Granada. Your journey into Granada's Moorish legacy began in the ancient Albaycin district. As you meandered through its winding, narrow cobblestone streets, whitewashed houses with their traditional Andalusian courtyards greeted you. These houses, or cormines, were a beautiful legacy of the Moors, their architecture seamlessly blending with the natural environment. As you climbed higher, you reached the Mirador de San Nicolas, a viewpoint that offered panoramic vistas of Granada and the Alhambra. The sight was breathtaking, a visual symphony of red roofs, green trees, and the majestic Alhambra against the backdrop of the snow-capped Sierra Nevada mountains. Walking deeper into the city, you came upon the Royal Chapel of Granada, the final resting place of the Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand and Isabella. It was a stark reminder of the Reconquista, the Christian reconquest of Spain that ended Moorish rule. Despite the dramatic shift in power, the city's Moorish heritage endured, contributing to its cultural and architectural landscape. Next, you visited the Granada Cathedral, an impressive manifestation of Spanish Renaissance architecture. Despite its distinctly Christian design, you could still see elements of the Moorish influence in the intricate details of the cathedral's facade. The bustling markets of Granada, reminiscent of ancient bazaars, were a sensory delight. Here, the city's Moorish past was not just seen, but also tasted. From the traditional Moorish tea served in ornate glasses to the array of spices and sweets that spoke of the city's historical ties to North Africa, Granada's culinary scene was a testament to its multicultural heritage. The highlight of your exploration of Granada's Moorish legacy was yet to come. The Alhambra, the jewel of Andalusian architecture. As the day ended, you found yourself standing at the gates of this historic complex, a sense of anticipation filling you. The setting sun cast a soft golden hue on the red walls of the Alhambra, enhancing its already magical aura. As you looked at the magnificent palace complex, you knew you were about to step into a world of unparalleled beauty and history, where Granada's Moorish legacy came alive in the most enchanting way. From the labyrinthine streets of Albaycin to the delectable tastes of Moorish cuisine, Granada had given you a glimpse into a time when it was the last stronghold of the Moors in Spain. As you retired for the night, you looked forward to uncovering more of this city's history, culture, and beauty in the days to come. The morning sun was just beginning to wash over Granada when you set off for the Alhambra. Standing at the foot of this grand fortress, you could feel the weight of centuries of history pressing against its sturdy walls. You stood there, at the entrance, gazing at the intricate details etched into the archway, knowing that stepping through meant stepping back in time. Inside the Alhambra, you were immediately greeted by the patio of the Myrtles, a stunning courtyard surrounded by long reflecting pools. The combination of water, architecture, and nature was a hallmark of Islamic design, meant to evoke a sense of earthly paradise. You could hear the faint rustle of the myrtle bushes, after which the courtyard was named, as a gentle breeze swept across. Next, you found yourself in the Hall of the Ambassadors, the largest room in the Nasrid palaces. Here, the sultans of Granada once received foreign dignitaries and conducted important business. The domed ceiling took your breath away. A star-shaped pattern, it was said to symbolize the 7 heavens of the Islamic cosmos. Your journey through the Alhambra then led you to the Court of the Lions, an architectural masterpiece designed during the reign of Muhammad V. At its center, a stunning fountain was held aloft by 12 stone lions, water trickling from their mouths. This was a place of tranquility, and you couldn't help but feel a sense of peace as you strolled along the colonnades. As you wandered through the rest of the complex, the beauty of the Alhambra continued to unfold. The intricate geometric tilework, carved wood and plaster, and the ornate Arabic inscriptions all bore testament to the skill of the artisans who had crafted them. Despite their centuries-old age, the designs were as vivid and impressive as they must have been in their prime. You also visited the Alcazaba, the oldest part of the Alhambra. This military fortress offered panoramic views of Granada, and you could almost imagine the sentries of old, keeping a watchful eye on the city below. Towards the end of your tour, you explored the Generalife, the Sultan's summer palace. Here, amidst lush gardens and playful fountains, you could imagine the rulers of old escaping the heat of the summer, surrounded by the soothing sound of water and the scent of blooming flowers. By the time your visit to the Alhambra came to a close, you felt as though you'd journeyed through a vivid tapestry of history, culture, and architecture. It was not just a palace or a fortress. It was a testament to a time, a people, and an aesthetic that continued to resonate through the centuries. Leaving the red walls of the Alhambra behind, you carried with you a deeper understanding of Granada's Moorish legacy. And as the fortress receded in the distance, you knew that the memory of the Alhambra, like its sturdy walls, would stand the test of time. Emerging from the captivating journey through the Alhambra, you were ready to dive into the rhythm of modern-day Granada. Despite its rich history, Granada was not stuck in the past. It was a vibrant city where ancient traditions coexisted harmoniously with the pulse of contemporary life. First, you ventured into the city's bustling markets. You were met with a riot of colors and aromas. Vendors proudly displayed their wares, from succulent fruits and vegetables to tantalizing cheeses and cured meats. You tasted Jamon Iberico, a Spanish delicacy and a favorite among locals. The deep flavors of the cured ham were a delightful surprise, and you couldn't help but appreciate the skill and time that went into making it. Next, you experienced Granada's vibrant art scene. The city was a hub for street artists, and their work transformed the city's walls into colorful canvases that told stories of Granada's present and past. In the Rialejo neighborhood, once the Jewish quarter, you discovered the intricate street art that spoke volumes of the city's multicultural legacy. One aspect of life in Granada that you found enchanting was the tapas culture. It was a local tradition to serve a small, complimentary dish with each drink ordered. From fried squid to patatas bravas, the variety of tapas was endless and delicious. It was more than just a culinary tradition. It was a social activity, a way of life. Granada's rich musical heritage was another aspect of the city's life that you immersed yourself in. Flamenco, a form of Spanish folk music and dance, was deeply ingrained in the city's culture. You found yourself in a tablao, a place where flamenco shows are performed. The raw emotion emanating from the dancers and the passionate strumming of the guitarists left you mesmerized. You also got a taste of Granada's academic life. The city was home to the University of Granada, one of the oldest and most respected universities in Spain. The influx of students from around the world added to the city's vibrant, cosmopolitan atmosphere. Lastly, you found solace in the city's parks and gardens, where you could observe the everyday life of Granada's residents. Whether it was families enjoying a picnic or individuals engrossed in their books, these tranquil spaces were a testament to the city's balanced way of life. By the time your exploration of Granada's modern life concluded, you had fallen in love with the city all over again. From its lively markets to its evocative music, Granada had shown you how it was possible for a city to honor its past while embracing its future. And as the sun set, casting long shadows on the city's cobblestone streets, you knew that the story of Granada was one you'd carry in your heart, a tale of a city where the echoes of the past met the melody of the present. Chapter 7. Basque Country, a unique identity. Your journey now took you to the north of Spain, to a land steeped in mystery and tradition, the Basque Country. A region unlike any other in Spain, the Basque Country had always held onto its distinct identity, even amidst the ebb and flow of empires. The first thing that struck you about the Basque Country was its unique language, Euskara. Unlike Spanish, French, or any other Romance language, Euskara seemed to be a linguistic family of its own. You learned that it was the oldest language in Europe, predating even Latin. The musical rhythm of the language, spoken by locals in towns and cities, held a certain enchantment for you. Your exploration of Basque history took you to the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, where you found an exhibit dedicated to Basque culture and history. Through artifacts, pictures, and stories, you began to unravel the mysteries of the Basque people. From the ancient cave paintings found in the region, which attested to a human presence as far back as the Stone Age, to the tales of valiant Basque whalers navigating treacherous seas, the deep history of the region was truly fascinating. A large part of the Basque identity was shaped by its unique geography. Sandwiched between the towering Pyrenees Mountains and the rugged Atlantic coast, the Basque Country had a distinct landscape that had shaped its people's way of life. the mountains provided natural protection, helping the Basque people preserve their unique culture. You were particularly captivated by the stories of the ancient Basque laws, the fueros. These were local charters that granted the Basque provinces significant autonomy within Spain. Even though the fueros were abolished in the 19th century, the spirit of self-governance remained a strong part of the Basque identity. As you strolled through the cobblestone streets of Bilbao and San Sebastian, you began to appreciate the pride the Basque people felt for their culture and language. From the traditional Basque music blaring out of the bars, to the traditional sport of pelota being played in the town squares, the rich history of the Basque people was alive and well in every corner of this unique region. By the end of your exploration of Basque history, you were left with a sense of awe for this resilient culture that had stood the test of time. The Basque country was not just a region. It was a testament to the enduring spirit of a people who cherished their heritage and identity. As you looked forward to experiencing more of the Basque country, you knew that this region was a fascinating chapter in Spain's vibrant tapestry. From the historical alleys and traditional pinchos bars, your journey in the Basque country led you to the modern heart of the region, the city of Bilbao. A place where the ancient Basque culture seamlessly blended with innovative architecture and modern art, Bilbao was a city that embodied the Basque spirit of resilience and evolution. At the center of this dynamic fusion was the Guggenheim Museum, a symbol of Bilbao's successful transformation from an industrial port city to a center of arts and culture. As you approached the museum, you were instantly captivated by its architectural design. Crafted by renowned architect Frank Gehry, the building was a masterpiece of modern architecture, with its sweeping curves and shimmering titanium panels reflecting the changing colors of the sky. Inside the Guggenheim, you discovered a vast collection of contemporary and modern art. From gigantic installations to thought-provoking paintings, the exhibits were as varied and innovative as the building itself. However, it was not just the art that impressed you. Learning about the impact of the museum on Bilbao's regeneration added another layer of appreciation. Known as the Guggenheim effect, the museum had spurred economic and cultural growth in the city, instilling a renewed sense of pride among the residents. While the Guggenheim represented Bilbao's modern side, traditional Basque culture was never far away. Walking through the city, you came across the Old Town, or Casco Viejo. With its narrow, winding streets filled with local boutiques and traditional pinchos bars, the Old Town was a stark contrast to the modernity of the Guggenheim. It was here that you truly tasted Basque cuisine. The pinchos, a local version of tapas, were delicious, offering a burst of flavors in each small bite. Bilbao's vibrant cultural scene also extended to its lively festivals. As the day came to a close, you found yourself in the midst of Bilbao's Semana Grande. This week-long festival was a celebration of Basque culture, featuring everything from traditional Basque music and dance to Harry Carolak, traditional rural sports. By the end of your exploration of Bilbao and the Guggenheim, you had experienced the city's harmonious blend of tradition and modernity. Bilbao was a testament to the Basque country's unique identity, one that respected its rich history while embracing change and innovation. As you looked out over the city from the top of the Arcsanda funicular, with the futuristic Guggenheim gleaming under the setting sun and the ancient hills in the background, you realized that Bilbao was not just a city, it was a symbol of the Basque country's enduring spirit. After days of exploring the Basque country's unique culture and history, it was time to embark on another adventure, a culinary journey through Basque gastronomy. Known for its fresh local ingredients and inventive cooking methods, Basque cuisine was a reflection of the region's rich cultural landscape. Your introduction to Basque cuisine began with the region's most famous culinary tradition, the pinchos. These are similar to tapas, but with a unique Basque twist. Pinchos, pronounced pinchos, literally means spike, a reference to the skewer or toothpick used to secure the delicious toppings to a slice of bread. Each pincho was a miniature work of art, combining an array of ingredients in interesting and delicious ways. From slices of local Iberian ham topped with roasted peppers, to bite-sized pieces of cod in a green parsley sauce, each pincho offered a unique and delectable flavor experience. Your culinary journey continued to the vibrant food markets of Bilbao and San Sebastian. Here, the region's bountiful produce was on full display. From the fresh catches of the day brought in by local fishermen, to the colorful array of fruits and vegetables grown in the fertile Basque countryside, the markets were a testament to the region's diverse natural resources. While the ingredients of Basque cuisine were impressive, it was the region's innovative cooking techniques that truly set it apart. This was evident in the number of Michelin-starred restaurants in the region. You visited one such restaurant in San Sebastian, where you had the chance to experience a tasting menu that was a symphony of taste, texture, and creativity. Each course, from the perfectly seared foie gras to the melt-in-your-mouth lamb, was a testament to the chef's commitment to quality and innovation. You also learned about the Basque tradition of tocos, gastronomical societies where members come together to cook, eat, and socialize. These societies, which started in the late 19th century, were originally male-only clubs, but have since opened up to women. They serve as a testament to the Basque people's love for food and community. By the end of your culinary journey, you had not only tasted the unique flavors of Basque cuisine, but also gained a deeper understanding of the Basque people and their connection to the land and sea. From the bustling food markets to the innovative Michelin-starred restaurants, every bite told a story of tradition, creativity, and a love for quality ingredients. As you savored your last pincho, you knew that the tastes and smells of Basque gastronomy would linger in your memory, just like the stunning landscapes and warm hospitality of the Basque country. Chapter 8, Ibiza. Beyond the nightlife. You arrived on the island of Ibiza, known around the world for its vibrant nightlife and extravagant parties. Yet, as you soon discovered, this Mediterranean paradise had so much more to offer. With its rich history, diverse culture, and stunning natural beauty, Ibiza was an island that held many secrets beyond its party scene. Your exploration started in Dalt Vila, Ibiza's historic old town, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This ancient walled city stood majestically on a hill, its stone ramparts gazing out across the sea. As you walked through the narrow, winding cobblestone streets, the modern world seemed to fade away, replaced by echoes of the past. Whitewashed houses adorned with vibrant bougainvillea, tiny cafes serving local delicacies, and small boutiques offering traditional crafts added to the charm of this historic neighborhood. One of the striking features of Dalt Vila was its impressive fortifications, a testament to the strategic importance of Ibiza throughout history. These walls, built during the reign of Philip II of Spain in the 16th century, were a remarkable example of Renaissance military architecture. As you climbed the steep paths leading up to the cathedral at the top of the hill, you learned about the various civilizations that had left their mark on Ibiza: the Phoenicians, Carthaginians, Romans, Moors, and finally the Christians. Each culture contributing to the rich tapestry that made up Ibiza's unique heritage. A visit to the archaeological museum, nestled within the old town, offered even deeper insights into Ibiza's past. The museum's collection spanned thousands of years, from the prehistoric times to the Moorish period. Each artifact, whether it was a Phoenician artifact or a Roman sculpture, told a story, painting a vivid picture of the island's past inhabitants and their way of life. After spending the day immersed in history, you strolled down to the harbor, where local fishermen were returning with their day's catch. The sight of the small fishing boats bobbing gently in the water, framed by the old town's glowing ramparts, was a reminder that despite its reputation as a party destination, Ibiza remained deeply connected to its roots. The day ended with a visit to a local taverna, where you savored the fresh flavors of the Mediterranean. As the sun set, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, you reflected on the Ibiza you had come to know. It was an island that celebrated life in all its forms, from the joy of music and dance to the quiet beauty of its historic landmarks and the warmth of its people. This was the true spirit of Ibiza, a spirit that went beyond the pulsating beats of its nightlife. Awakening to the chirping of birds and the soothing sound of the waves, you prepared for a day exploring the natural landscapes of Ibiza. Renowned for its party scene, Ibiza was also a paradise for nature lovers, featuring pristine beaches, rustic countryside, and protected natural areas teeming with biodiversity. The journey started with the beaches. Ibiza boasted more than 80 beaches, each one distinct in its beauty. You started with the famous Cala Comte, known for its stunning turquoise waters and the panoramic views of the islets scattered off the coast. Despite being a popular spot, Cala Comte offered tranquil corners where you could relax and soak up the sun away from the crowds. From there, you ventured to lesser-known beaches, such as Cala d'Ensera. Tucked away in a small cove and surrounded by steep cliffs, this beach felt like a secret paradise. The clear, blue waters were perfect for snorkeling, and you spent hours marveling at the vibrant underwater world. Moving away from the coastline, you headed into the heart of the island towards the rustic countryside. Olive groves, almond trees, and traditional whitewashed fincas, or farmhouses, dotted the landscape. You visited a local farm, where the farmers shared stories about Ibiza's traditional agricultural practices and the island's unique products like Ibiza salt and local honey. A highlight of the day was the visit to Ses Salines Natural Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This protected area spanned both land and sea and was a sanctuary for a rich diversity of plant and animal life. As you walked along the trails, the park's salt flats gleamed under the sun. You learned about the age-old tradition of salt extraction, which had been one of the island's primary industries since the time of the Phoenicians. Birdwatchers would find Ses Salines particularly fascinating, as it was a haven for a variety of bird species, including flamingos. Seeing these graceful creatures in their natural habitat was a mesmerizing sight. As the day ended, you found yourself on a secluded cliff overlooking Es Vedra, a small rocky island off the coast of Ibiza. Local legends abound about this mysterious island, adding to its allure. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the Mediterranean Sea, you felt a deep connection to the natural beauty of Ibiza. The night may belong to the DJs and dancers, but the day was a symphony composed by nature, playing out on beaches and hills, forests, and salt flats. Ibiza, you realized, was an island of contrasts, an island that danced to the beats of its own drum. This was Ibiza beyond the nightlife, serene, rustic, and breathtakingly beautiful. Away from the buzz of the nightclubs and the glitter of the tourist hotspots, there exists another side of Ibiza, a side that hums to the tune of the everyday life of its residents. As you delved into the rhythm of local life, you found a culture and lifestyle deeply rooted in the island's history, where people cherished their traditions and embraced the simplicity of island living. You began your day in Ibiza's old town, Dalt Villa, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. As you wandered through the winding, narrow streets, you saw locals opening their small shops, chatting with neighbors, and children playing on the cobbled paths. The locals' welcoming attitude and friendly smiles were a testament to the warmth and hospitality of the Ibizan people. Next, you visited the Mercat Vel, or the Old Market. Set in an open square, this market was a kaleidoscope of colors and aromas. Local farmers and craftsmen came here daily to sell their products. Stalls were laden with fresh fruits, vegetables, local cheeses, aromatic herbs, and more. You chatted with the vendors, who shared stories about their produce and their lives on the island. Tasting the locally grown olives and fresh bread, you could sense the pride the Ibizans took in their land's bounty. A short boat ride took you to the tiny island of Ace Canar. Known for its weekly hippie market, it was a place where the island's free-spirited ethos was on full display. The market was filled with handcrafted jewelry, clothing, and unique artifacts. As you watched the locals barter, you could feel the strong sense of community that prevailed amongst them. In the afternoon, you participated in a traditional folk dance session, Bal Pagis. This centuries-old dance was an integral part of Ibizan culture and was performed at feasts and celebrations. Dressed in colorful traditional attire, local men and women taught you the steps. As you swayed to the music, you felt an overwhelming sense of being a part of a living tradition that had been passed down through generations. As the sun began to set, you found yourself in a small village cafe, tasting local dishes like boulet de paix, a traditional fish stew, and flau, a sweet cheese tart. The food was simple, but flavorful, much like the island's lifestyle. Finally, you ended your day stargazing on the quiet beach of Cala din Serra. It was moments like these, the silent beach, the soft lull of waves, and the open, starry sky, that the locals of Ibiza cherished, a stark contrast to the high-octane nightlife that the island was so famous for. Exploring Ibiza through the lens of its local life, you discovered the island's soul. It was in the everyday lives of the people, in their markets and dances, in their food, and in their stories. This was the Ibiza that lived beyond the night, a place where tradition thrived amidst the changing tides of time. Chapter 9. The Enigma of the Canary Islands. The Canary Islands, a beautiful archipelago off the northwestern coast of Africa, have long been a source of fascination for geologists, biologists, and historians alike. Their volcanic origins and unique biodiversity make them a wonder to explore and a treasure to preserve. The birth of the Canary Islands is a tale woven through millennia, etched in molten rock and the restless shifting of tectonic plates. As you descended towards the islands, the airplane window framed a magnificent view. The islands, like gems studding the azure blanket of the Atlantic Ocean, radiated an ethereal beauty. Yet, beneath this serene beauty, the islands held the fiery secrets of their formation. The Canary Islands were formed through a process known as volcanic oceanic hotspot activity. Imagine, if you will, a powerful force deep within the Earth's mantle, rising to the surface, carrying with it molten rock or magma. When this force reached the seabed of the Atlantic Ocean, it caused the Earth's crust to crack, allowing the magma to escape. As this magma cooled and solidified upon contact with the seawater, it gradually formed the landmass that would become the Canary Islands. You set foot first on Tenerife, the largest island of the archipelago, home to Mount Tide, the third largest volcano in the world from its base. As you embarked on a guided tour to Tide National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, You marveled at the dramatic landscape of the volcano and the surrounding area, a stark reminder of the island's violent birth. The different colors of rocks, from rusty reds to charcoal blacks, each told a different chapter of the volcano's history. The islands are not only renowned for their volcanic origins, but also for their unique biodiversity. Isolated from the mainland, the Canary Islands have evolved distinct ecosystems that harbor many endemic species found nowhere else in the world. The Canary Islands are often referred to as a miniature continent because of the incredible variety of habitats found here, from arid desert landscapes to lush forests, from misty laurel woods to vibrant marine ecosystems. One of the most iconic symbols of this unique biodiversity is the dragon tree, Tricana draco. This unusual tree, native to the Canary Islands, has a thick trunk, spiky leaves, and bright orange berries. Its name stems from the local legend that the tree's red sap is the dried blood of dragons. You saw one of these mythical trees in the Anaga Rural Park, a testament to the mystical charm of the islands. This exploration of the Canary Islands' volcanic origins and biodiversity had been more than just a journey across landscapes. It had been a journey through time, unraveling the secrets of the Earth's crust and witnessing the unique life forms that isolation and evolution had carved out in this corner of the Atlantic. The Canary Islands were a testament to the incredible power of nature and the diversity of life on our planet. Our exploration of the Canary Islands continues, taking us now into the realm of human history and culture. If the volcanic landscapes and diverse ecosystems are the body of these islands, then surely the vibrant cultures and rich histories that have developed here are their soul. Our first stop in this cultural exploration is La Gomera, known for its unique language, Silbo-Gomero. It's not a language of words and grammar, but one of whistling. Ingeniously developed by the original inhabitants and later adapted by the Spanish, it was used to communicate across the island's deep ravines and wide valleys. In the silence of the Garajone National Park, you got a live demonstration of this whistled language. The guide, standing at a distance, whistled a message, the high-pitched notes cutting through the stillness of the forest. To your surprise, a whistled reply came from afar, a captivating conversation in a language that could be carried by the wind. Next, we journeyed to Gran Canaria, often described as a continent in miniature due to its diverse landscapes. Here, in the painted caves of Galdar, we discovered the ancient lives of the island's indigenous people, the Canori. The cave walls were adorned with geometric patterns and symbols, a silent testament to a culture that lived long before the Spanish conquest. Walking through these caves in the cool semi-darkness was like walking back in time. Each painted symbol, each mark on the cave wall, each artifact in the museum, whispered stories of ancient traditions and ways of life. Tenerife, the largest island, offered a different taste of Canarian culture, the vibrant festival of Carnaval de Santa Cruz. Held in the capital, Santa Cruz, the festival was a riot of color, music, and dance. Spectacular parades, flamboyant costumes, and pulsating rhythms filled the streets, creating an atmosphere of joy and celebration. Here, amidst the laughter and music, you tasted the Canarian spirit of community and celebration. Our final stop was Lanzarote, known for its striking volcanic landscapes and the works of the artist Cesar Manrique. Manrique's vision of harmony between nature and art is visible across the island. Visiting the Llamios de Agua, a series of lava tubes transformed into a tourist attraction, you saw Manrique's philosophy brought to life. The natural beauty of the lava tubes, enhanced by architectural interventions and artistic installations, created a unique experience, blurring the lines between nature and human creativity. By the end of this journey across the Canary Islands, you had witnessed a rich tapestry of culture and history. From the whistled language of La Gomera to the ancient paintings of Gran Canaria, from the lively carnivals of Tenerife to the artistic landscapes of Lanzarote, the Canary Islands emerged as a place of vibrant cultures and resilient communities, each shaped by their unique history and environment. The Canary Islands, you realized, were more than just a geographical location. They were a living, breathing embodiment of the intricate relationship between humans and nature. Tenerife, the largest of the Canary Islands, is affectionately referred to as the Island of Eternal Spring. It's not hard to understand why, once you have experienced the island's incredibly mild climate, a place where summer and winter seem to coexist in a gentle embrace. Our journey on Tenerife began with the awe-inspiring sight of Mount Tide, the highest peak in Spain and the third largest volcano in the world from its base. As you approached the colossal mountain, its enormity became breathtakingly clear, a testament to the volcanic forces that formed the Canary Islands. The landscapes around Mount Tide, part of Tide National Park, were stunningly alien. Vast fields of lava, striking rock formations and vegetation that had adapted to survive in the harsh volcanic soil. You took the cable car to the upper station, the air getting thinner as you ascended. From the upper station, you had a stunning view of a sea of clouds beneath you, the islands of La Palma, El Hierro, La Gomera, and Gran Canaria visible in the distance, floating on a sea of clouds. It felt as if you were at the top of the world, standing on a land created by fire. Moving from the heights of Tide, you descended to the coastal areas, where the black volcanic sand beaches offered a stark contrast to the traditional image of sandy beaches. Yet they had a beauty of their own, a reminder of the island's volcanic nature. At Playa Jardin, located in Puerto de la Cruz, you enjoyed the warmth of the sun, the cool ocean breeze, and the black sand between your toes. The dramatic backdrop of Mount Tide in the distance added an extra layer to the already impressive scene. Next, you explored the Anaga Rural Park, a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve located in the northeastern part of the island. This area was a complete contrast to the landscapes around Tide. Here, you found lush green mountains, deep ravines, and quaint villages that seemed untouched by time. Hiking along one of the many trails, you discovered a different side of Tenerife. Ancient laurel trees towered above you, forming a dense canopy. Birds sang in the background, and the aroma of wet earth filled your nostrils. The natural beauty and serenity of Anaga felt like a soothing balm. Your day ended in San Cristobal de la Laguna, a city that was once the capital of Tenerife. Walking through the streets of La Laguna felt like stepping back in time. The city was filled with well-preserved 16th century buildings, beautiful churches, and peaceful plazas. It was a testament to the island's rich history and heritage. As you reflected on your day in Tenerife, you realized that the Island of Eternal Spring was not just about the mild climate. It was about the harmonious blend of natural beauty and human heritage, the ever-changing landscapes, the rich biodiversity, the vibrant culture, and the ever-present spirit of resilience. Tenerife was indeed an island of eternal spring, a place where life bloomed in all its forms, against all odds. Chapter 10. Traditions and Festivals of Spain. Picture this. Thousands of people thronging the streets of a small town, armed with tomatoes. The air is thick with excitement and the scent of ripe tomatoes. Everyone is waiting for a signal, and when it comes, the entire town explodes into a frenzy of flying tomatoes. Welcome to La Tomatina, Spain's most unusual and colorful festival. Teruel, a small town in the province of Valencia, is the stage for this outrageous event. On the last Wednesday of August each year, this sleepy town transforms into a battleground for the world's largest tomato fight. The town square, normally a quiet place for leisurely walks and small talk, becomes the epicenter of an extraordinary tomato war. At the stroke of 11, the first truck arrives, loaded with ripe tomatoes. As soon as the truck stops, the fight begins. People scramble for the tomatoes, their excitement barely contained. In a matter of seconds, the peaceful square turns into a vibrant canvas of red. Your heart pounds with exhilaration as you join in, throwing tomatoes at anyone within reach. The rules are simple. Squash the tomatoes before throwing to avoid hurting anyone, and stop when the second shot is fired. Yet within these rules, chaos reigns supreme. Tomatoes fly through the air, their red pulp splattering everywhere. The laughter and shouts of the crowd blend with the squelch of tomatoes underfoot. It's a battle, yes, but a battle filled with mirth and camaraderie. Strangers become comrades in arms, their alliances sealed with tomato stains. After an hour, the second shot rings out, marking the end of the fight. But the town square is unrecognizable, completely covered in tomato pulp. Everyone is drenched, their clothes and bodies painted red. Yet, amidst the mess, you see nothing but smiling faces. Their joy is vibrant as the tomato stains on their clothes. But the celebration isn't over. The town's residents, armed with hoses, help clean the participants. The fire trucks move in, washing down the streets. Slowly, the red begins to fade, leaving behind only memories of a tomato fight like no other. As the day comes to a close, you are left with a unique feeling of having participated in a tradition that is quirky, fun, and inherently Spanish. In the end, La Tomatina is not just about the tomato fight. It's about community, tradition, and a sense of fun that transcends language and culture. It's a reminder that sometimes we need to let loose and enjoy life in its messiest, most vibrant form. And as you wash off the last of the tomato pulp, you find yourself already looking forward to the next La Tomatina. Imagine the narrow, cobbled streets of Pamplona, a city tucked away in the verdant landscapes of the Navarre region in northern Spain. Now picture those same streets filled to the brim with people, their hearts pounding with a mix of fear and excitement. And then the sound you've been waiting for, a rocket's boom resonating through the streets, signaling the release of the bulls. Welcome to the Fiesta de San Fermin, and its most famous event, the running of the bulls. Each year, from July 7th to 14th, the city of Pamplona is overtaken by this festival dedicated to its patron saint, San Fermin. And at the heart of these celebrations is a tradition that dates back centuries, the encierro, or the running of the bulls. At precisely 8 o'clock every morning, 6 bulls are released from a corral, their powerful hooves thundering against the stone streets as they rush towards the bullring, half a mile away. Ahead of them run the mozos, brave or perhaps foolhardy, men and women who dare to test their courage against the speed and strength of the bulls. The air during the encierro is electric with tension. As a spectator, your breath catches in your throat as the runners sprint past, their faces a picture of concentrated fear and exhilaration. They swerve, jump, and often fall, trying to avoid the bull's deadly horns. Their only protection is their quick reflexes and knowledge of the route. The encierro is a spectacle that simultaneously fascinates and horrifies. It is a dance with danger that often results in injuries, and in some cases, even death. The controversy surrounding the event is palpable, with critics arguing against its cruelty to the animals and danger to the participants. Yet, it persists, its roots deep within the cultural fabric of Pamplona. However, the running of the bulls is not merely a dangerous pursuit. It's steeped in history and tradition, its origins tied to the need for transporting bulls from the off-site corrals to the local bullring. Over time, young men began to show off their bravado by running in front of the bulls, and the act evolved into the tradition we know today. Despite the controversy, the encierro remains a significant part of the San Fermin festival. For many, it's seen as a rite of passage, a moment of triumph over fear. Yet it's important to remember the risks involved and to respect the power and dignity of these magnificent animals. As the last bull enters the ring and the crowds begin to dissipate, you're left with a complex blend of emotions. You've witnessed a tradition that's a vivid testament to human courage and an enduring, if controversial, aspect of Spanish culture. The running of the bulls, much like the land it originates from, is a spectacle of contrasts, a dance between danger and bravery, tradition and change. Semana Santa, or Holy Week, is one of the most significant and emotional celebrations in Spain. The week leading up to Easter is filled with a series of processions that exhibit the country's deep-rooted religious traditions. As the scent of incense fills the air and the solemn beat of drums echoes through the streets, it's as though the entire country is taking a collective breath, immersed in the sacred atmosphere of the event. The first thing that will strike you about Semana Santa is its universal appeal. Regardless of personal beliefs, the entire nation comes together to partake in this grand spectacle. The week is marked by a series of processions where statues depicting scenes from the Passion of Christ and the sorrow of Virgin Mary are paraded through the streets. These statues, known as pasos, are impressive works of art, many created by renowned Spanish sculptors and adorned with ornate details and decorations. Now, imagine the streets of Seville, Granada, or Malaga at twilight. A hush descends as a procession slowly emerges from the darkness, led by penitents wearing traditional Nazareno robes and tall, pointed hoods, an image both fascinating and eerily beautiful. The penitents carry large candles, their flickering flames casting a soft, golden glow that illuminates the path ahead. Following the penitents are the breathtaking pasos, carried on the shoulders of costaleros or bearers who train rigorously for this honor. Each paso sways rhythmically, mimicking the motion of a boat on waves, a movement known as la levanta. The sight of these magnificent statues, seemingly floating above the crowd, accompanied by the melancholic strains of Savis, traditional flamenco-style songs, is a deeply emotional experience. The processions of Semana Santa are not only a visual spectacle, but also a demonstration of the community's devotion and spirit. Despite the weight of the pasos, which can often reach several tons, the costaleros bear the burden with grace and pride, their efforts a physical manifestation of their faith. Yet Semana Santa is not only about the grand processions. It's also about the smaller, intimate moments, the hushed prayers, the tears in the eyes of spectators, the sense of unity and shared faith and tradition. It's a time when families come together, when old friends reunite, and when the pace of life slows down, if only for a week. As Semana Santa comes to an end with the joyous celebrations of Easter Sunday, you're left with an overwhelming sense of having been part of something truly special. The rituals, the pageantry, and the shared emotional experiences form an indelible imprint, a reminder of the deep cultural roots and rich traditions that continue to shape Spain. Whether you're a believer or a curious observer, Semana Santa offers a window into the heart and soul of Spain, painting a picture of a nation deeply proud of its heritage and united in its celebrations. And as you watch the final procession fade into the night, you can't help but feel a touch of the profound reverence and emotion that defines this remarkable week. Chapter 11. Artistic Spain, from Velázquez to Dalí. As we peel back the layers of Spain's illustrious art history, we are introduced to the grandeur of the Renaissance and Baroque eras. This period witnessed the rise of renowned artists who left an indelible mark on the world, pushing the boundaries of artistic expression. Among these luminaries were the likes of Diego Velázquez and El Greco, whose masterpieces still inspire awe and admiration today. Imagine stepping into Madrid's famed Prado Museum, the hallowed corridors a treasure trove of some of the finest examples of European art. As your gaze falls upon Velázquez's Las Meninas, you're transported back to the Spanish court of the 17th century. The painting, often described as one of the most important in Western art history, is a mesmerizing ensemble of complex symbolism and innovative composition. The young Infanta Margarita, surrounded by her entourage, is seemingly suspended in time. Yet, Velázquez invites you into the scene, making you a part of this intimate moment. It's a window into the intricate dynamics of court life, seen through the keen eyes of one of Spain's most celebrated artists. Now venture to the city of Toledo, the spiritual canvas of El Greco, a Cretan artist who found his home in Spain. His distinctive style, characterized by elongated figures and a bold use of color, heralded a departure from the conventions of his time. The burial of the Count of Orgaz, housed in the church of Santo Tomé, is a testament to El Greco's extraordinary talent. The painting captures a local legend, bringing together the earthly and the divine in a powerful depiction of faith and redemption. As your eyes move from the somber gathering of nobles to the heavenly realm above, you can almost feel the transcendent energy that El Greco has imbued into this remarkable piece. These works, and many more, showcase the remarkable contribution of Spanish artists to the world of classical art. Velázquez's masterful realist portraits and El Greco's expressive, spiritual works stand as a testament to the country's rich artistic legacy. Each painting, each brushstroke, tells a story, capturing moments of history and slices of life in a bygone era. Spain's artistic heritage is not confined to the walls of museums and galleries. It lives on in the country's architecture, its traditions, and its people. Through the eyes of these classical masters, we get a glimpse into the heart of Spain, a country that has nurtured and celebrated art in all its forms. As you leave behind the works of Velázquez and El Greco, you carry with you a piece of Spain's vibrant history and culture. Yet, the journey doesn't end here. As we delve deeper into Spain's artistic heritage, we'll discover how the spirit of innovation and creativity that marked the Renaissance and Baroque periods continued to inspire future generations of Spanish artists, leading us to the surreal world of Salvador Dalí. But that is a story for another day. For now, let us bask in the glow of the classical masters, their legacy etched in the annals of Spain's rich artistic tapestry. As the wheel of time turned, the winds of artistic change blew across Spain. The classical forms and traditions of the past evolved, giving way to daring experiments and radical ideas. This transformative period brought forth artists who would challenge conventions, disrupt norms, and redefine the boundaries of creativity. Two such artists who embodied this spirit of rebellion were Pablo Picasso and Joan Miró. Their groundbreaking contributions would send ripples through the world of art, heralding the birth of new forms and movements. Let's embark on a journey to Barcelona, the city where Picasso spent his formative years. His experience here is reflected in his early works, collectively known as the Blue Period. One of the most iconic pieces from this time is The Old Guitarist, a haunting portrayal of an old blind musician, immersed in his music amidst his destitute surroundings. Picasso's ability to express profound emotion through a simple scene is a testament to his mastery. As we delve deeper into Picasso's life, we encounter his most famous work, Guernica. Housed in Madrid's Reina Sofia Museum, this colossal mural captures the horrors of the bombing of Guernica during the Spanish Civil War. Picasso's use of monochrome tones and distorted figures creates a sense of chaos and despair, making it a powerful anti-war statement. Picasso's bold and innovative style played a pivotal role in shaping the Cubist movement, forever altering the course of modern art. Now let's turn our gaze to another maverick of Spanish art, Joan Miró. His work, characterized by a universe of symbols and dreamlike imagery, brought a breath of fresh air to the art world. Miró's innovative use of line, form, and color gave birth to a distinct visual language. A trip to the Miró Foundation in Barcelona brings us face to face with pieces such as The Farm and Harlequin's Carnival, which encapsulate his playful, surrealistic style. Miró's ability to imbue everyday objects with a sense of magic and whimsy challenged the status quo, paving the way for the surrealist movement. His impact extended beyond painting, influencing a diverse range of art forms including sculpture, ceramics, and textiles. From the introspective melancholy of Picasso's Blue Period to the vibrant dreamscape of Miró's surrealism, we see the eclectic breadth of Spanish art. This exploration of modern art movements reveals the courage and vision of artists like Picasso and Miró, who dared to see the world through a different lens and express it in their unique language. As we conclude this chapter, we leave with an appreciation of Spain's significant contributions to modern art. The works of Picasso and Miró not only pushed the boundaries of artistic expression, but also mirrored the social and political currents of their time. Their legacy continues to inspire, reminding us that art is, above all, a reflection of the human spirit, forever evolving, forever seeking new ways to interpret the world around us. But the artistic journey through Spain is far from over, as we will discover in the next chapter, exploring the fantastical world of Salvador Dalí. As we continue our journey through the artistic heritage of Spain, we come face to face with a figure who seems to have stepped out of one of his fantastical paintings. With his wide-eyed stare and distinctive moustache, Salvador Dalí embodies the surreal and bizarre. His works offer a door into a world where the usual laws of physics and logic do not apply, where dreams and reality intertwine. Salvador Dalí, a mastermind of the surrealist movement, invites us to join him on an exploration of the imagination's boundless landscapes. Dalí was born in Figueres, a small town in Catalonia. As a child, he displayed an interest in drawing, a talent that would later evolve into his trademark surrealistic style. He studied at the Royal Academy of Fine Arts of San Fernando in Madrid, where he honed his technical skills. However, Dalí's true artistic breakthrough came when he moved to Paris and got involved with the Surrealists, a group of artists and writers who sought to express the irrational and subconscious mind. Let's dive into the heart of Dalí's work at the Dalí Theatre Museum in his hometown. Housed within a grandiose fortress-like building, it is as eccentric as the artist himself. Here we find some of Dalí's most iconic pieces. The Persistence of Memory, perhaps his most famous work, features melting watches draped over a barren landscape, challenging our perception of time. This theme of fluidity and transformation is a recurring motif in Dalí's work, representing the mutable nature of reality. Another striking work is The Elephants, where Dalí presents us with an impossible spectacle. Enormous elephants, their bodies elongated and fragile, balancing on slender, spindle-like legs. The image is a visual paradox, defying the laws of gravity and logic, and embodies Dali's ability to blend the bizarre with the beautiful. As we explore more of Dali's art, we encounter Gala looking at the Mediterranean Sea, which at 20 meters becomes the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. From a distance, it appears to be a pixelated image of the former U.S. president. Up close, it reveals itself to be a depiction of Dali's wife and muse, Gala, looking out to sea. This piece demonstrates Dali's fascination with optical illusions and dual images, further adding to the dreamlike quality of his work. Dali's contributions to the Surrealist movement were not limited to paintings. He ventured into sculpture, film, photography, and even jewelry, infusing each medium with his unique vision. His work is a testament to the power of the imagination and the limitless possibilities of art. As we conclude this chapter, we are left with an enhanced appreciation of the depth and diversity of Spanish art, from the classical masters to the modern mavericks, and finally to the surreal world of Salvador Dali. His mind-bending creations not only redefine the boundaries of art, but also challenge us to question our perception of reality. Dali once said, "I don't do drugs. I am drugs." Through his art, he invites us to take a trip into the unknown, to experience the mind-altering effects of creativity and imagination. His work, like that of Velázquez, Goya, Picasso, and Miro, contributes to the rich tapestry of Spanish art, a legacy that continues to inspire and intrigue. Chapter 12. Culinary Journey Through Spain. As we leave behind the painted worlds of Dali and journey further into the heart of Spanish culture, we come across a tradition that is as much a feast for the senses as any work of art, the timeless and ubiquitous practice of eating tapas. In every corner of Spain, from the bustling city streets of Madrid to the laid-back coastal towns of Andalusia, tapas is more than just a culinary experience. It is a social ritual, a shared pleasure, a way of life. The story of tapas is woven into the fabric of Spanish history. Its origins are shrouded in myths and legends. One popular tale attributes the creation of tapas to a clever act by King Alfonso X of Castile. When he fell ill, he had to take small bites of food